Welcome back to Steffi Fan's channel. Today we will learn about the issue of unexpected changes and relationship complications that are ready to shake up the lives of several key characters in Los Angeles. The latest spoilers for Tuesday, January 27th, promise an episode filled with tension, unexpected opportunities, and the beginning of what could become a complicated love triangle that threatens to derail the happiness of some of our favorite young characters. Dylan's promise and Elektra's concerns. The drama begins in the sophisticated design office at Forrester Creations, where Dylan finds herself in the position of having to reassure Elektra Forrester about her relationship with Will Spencer. The atmosphere is tense as Dylan attempts to put Elektra's mind at ease following what has now become known as the infamous chicken dinner incident. This seemingly innocent meal has created ripples of insecurity and doubt in Elektra's mind, and she's looking for concrete assurances from Dylan before she leaves town for an important business trip. Dylan, recognizing the gravity of the situation and the importance of maintaining their friendship with Elektra, will make a heartfelt promise. She'll insist with unwavering conviction that Elektra has absolutely nothing to worry about when it comes to Will. Dylan will emphasize that she fully understands and respects the boundaries of their relationship, and she'll go as far as to promise that she'll keep her distance from Will while Elektra is conducting business. This conversation reveals the delicate nature of the situation. Dylan clearly values her friendship with Elektra and doesn't want to be seen as a threat, yet circumstances keep pushing her into Will's orbit in ways that are beyond her control. The question that hangs in the air is whether Dylan's promise is one she'll be able to keep, especially given the upcoming events that will continue to bring her and Will together in unexpected ways. Dylan's sincerity seems genuine, but the universe seems to have other plans for these three young people. Katie's maternal instincts and growing suspicions. Meanwhile, at the beach house, Katie Logan Spencer is engaging in what could be described as the concerned mother's interrogation of her son Will. Katie has picked up on subtle changes in Will's behavior and attitude, and she's determined to get to the bottom of what's really going on between him and Dylan. This conversation is layered with Katie's protective instincts as a mother and her keen ability to read between the lines of what her son is telling her. Katie will press Will with more probing questions about his relationship with Dylan, and it's becoming increasingly clear to her that her son's connection with this young woman has evolved beyond simple kindness to a stranger. Will has already explained that he initially wanted to help Dylan because she's Elektra's friend and was in a difficult situation. But Katie's maternal radar is picking up signals that suggest something deeper might be developing. She may gently point out that it seems Dylan is transitioning from being just Elektra's friend to becoming Will's friend as well, and possibly something more. As a mother who has witnessed plenty of romantic complications in her own life and in the lives of those around her, Katie knows how quickly feelings can develop and how easily boundaries can blur. She's acutely aware of how much Elektra means to Will, and she doesn't want to see him inadvertently hurt the woman he cares about by getting too close to Dylan. Katie will likely offer some maternal wisdom about maintaining appropriate boundaries and ensuring that Elektra feels secure in her relationship with Will, especially while she's away on business and unable to see firsthand what's happening between Will and Dylan. Despite her concerns, Katie will also express pride in Will for his compassionate nature and his willingness to help someone in need. This is a quality she's always tried to instill in her son, and she's pleased to see him living up to those values. However, she'll want him to understand that good intentions don't always protect people from getting hurt or from creating complicated situations. A temporary job opportunity emerges. In an interesting turn of events, Katie may even consider offering Dylan a more permanent solution to her financial struggles. As someone who runs Spencer Publications and understands the value of giving people opportunities, Katie might float the idea of creating a position for Dylan at the company. This would serve multiple purposes. It would help Dylan gain some financial stability. It would give Katie a chance to keep an eye on the young woman who's spending so much time with her son. And it could potentially ease some of the tension by giving Dylan something positive to focus on besides Will. However, before any of these longer-term plans can materialize, a more immediate opportunity will present itself to Dylan. This temporary job will come from an unexpected source, and will once again place Dylan directly in Will's path. Despite her promises to Elektra to maintain distance, the situation that's about to unfold demonstrates perfectly how the best intentions can be completely derailed by circumstances beyond one's control. Steffi's last-minute change of plans. The catalyst for this new development involves Steffi Forrester making a sudden and unexpected switch in her travel plans. Originally, Ivy Forrester was scheduled to accompany Elektra on the business trip to San Francisco, but Steffi has decided at the last minute that she needs to take Ivy's place on this journey. The reasons for this change could be numerous. Perhaps there's a business opportunity that requires Steffi's specific expertise. Or maybe there's a situation developing in San Francisco that needs immediate attention from someone at Steffi's executive level. Whatever the motivation behind this switch, it creates an immediate logistical problem for Steffi. Her son Hayes Finnegan needs care while she's away, and with such short notice, her usual childcare arrangements have fallen through. This is where Dylan enters the picture once again. Hayes has already spent time with Dylan and has grown comfortable with her, making her an ideal candidate to step in as a temporary babysitter. Additionally, Dylan could certainly use whatever compensation Steffi would offer for watching Hayes, as she's still in need of income to support herself. Steffi will likely reach out to Dylan with this opportunity, presenting it as a simple babysitting arrangement that will last just until Dr. John Finnegan can take over Hayes' care when his schedule permits. What seems like a straightforward childcare situation, however, is about to become significantly more complicated. An unexpected babysitting duo. The spoilers reveal that Dylan won't be watching Hayes alone. Will Spencer is going to end up joining her in this babysitting adventure on Tuesday's episode. The circumstances that bring Will into this situation haven't been fully revealed, but there are several possibilities. Perhaps Will offered to help when he learned that Dylan had committed to watching Hayes. Or maybe he happened to be around when Dylan was contacted about the job and naturally volunteered his assistance. Another possibility is that Steffi or Finn specifically asked Will to be there as well, knowing that Hayes knows and trusts him. Regardless of how this babysitting arrangement comes together, the implications are significant. This means that Dylan and Will be spending extended time alone together taking care of a child, in a domestic setting that could feel quite intimate and couple-like. This is exactly the kind of scenario that Elektra fears and that Dylan just promised wouldn't happen. The irony isn't lost that Dylan's attempt to earn some money and help out the Forrester family will place her in the very situation she assured Elektra she would avoid. The babysitting scenes promise to be telling in terms of Dylan and Will's dynamic. Watching them interact while caring for young Hayes will reveal whether there are romantic sparks developing between them or if their connection truly is just friendship, as Dylan insists. These quiet, domestic moments often bring out people's true feelings, and could be the turning point where both Dylan and Will are forced to acknowledge what's really happening between them. Ivy's watchful eye and future complications. With Elektra away in San Francisco with Steffi, someone needs to keep an eye on the situation developing in Los Angeles. That someone appears to be Ivy Forrester, who has agreed to monitor Dylan while her niece is out of town. Ivy, being older and more experienced in matters of the heart, likely recognizes the potential for complications in this situation. She understands that young people don't always recognize when they're developing feelings for each other, and she wants to protect Elektra from being blindsided by any romantic developments between Dylan and Will. The spoilers tease that Ivy will do more than just casual observation. Later in the week of January 26 to 30, Ivy is going to engage in some actual sleuthing at the beach house. This suggests that she's either heard something concerning or has noticed behavior that raises red flags. Ivy's snooping mission promises to uncover something significant. The spoilers mention startling news to come, which indicates that whatever Ivy discovers will be shocking enough to create major waves. What could Ivy find that would be so startling? The possibilities range from evidence of growing romantic feelings between Dylan and Will to perhaps discovering secrets about Dylan's past that she hasn't shared with anyone. There's also the possibility that Ivy might witness an innocent moment between Dylan and Will that appears much more intimate than it actually is, leading to misunderstandings that could explode when Elektra returns from San Francisco. The promise of romantic upheaval. The bold and the beautiful spoilers make it clear that major romantic curveballs are heading toward the younger generation of characters in Los Angeles. The Dylan-Will Elektra situation is positioned to be one of the central storylines driving the drama in upcoming episodes. These three young people are about to find themselves caught in an emotional whirlwind that could reshape their friendships and relationships in ways they never anticipated. What makes this situation particularly compelling is that no one appears to be acting with malicious intent. Elektra isn't being unreasonable in her concerns about Dylan and Will. Her instincts are telling her that something could develop between them. And as we're seeing, those instincts may be correct. Dylan genuinely seems to want to honor her friendship with Elektra and maintain boundaries with Will. But circumstances keep conspiring to push them together. Will is simply trying to be a good person by helping someone in need, but he may not recognize that his kindness is developing into something deeper. These are the ingredients of truly engaging soap opera drama. Good people finding themselves in complicated situations where there are no clear interest, right answers, and where someone is inevitably going to get hurt regardless of everyone's best intentions. The upcoming episodes promise emotional confrontations, difficult choices, and the kind of romantic complications that Bold and the Beautiful fans have come to expect and love. The stage is set for an explosive week of drama that will test friendships, challenge loyalties, and potentially create new romantic pairings that no one saw coming. Stay tuned to see how these storylines develop and whether Dylan can keep her promise to Elektra. or if the undeniable chemistry between her and Will prove too strong to resist.